Welcome to a very special episode. Today I'm going to give you my top 50 favorite black metal albums of all fucking time. This is a very hard list to make because you all know that I absolutely adore black metal. My journey in black metal began in 2018 where I started to explore black metal. My first albums were Emperor, In a Night Side of the Eclipse. We also had a bit of Alcest that was thrown in the mix, and I also explored some Mayhem and Burzum, and that's when I really started to love black metal. The first album that actually really clicked for me in terms of black metal was probably Mayhem's De Mysteriis Dom Satanas, although it did take me a while to really enjoy the rawness production of black metal. I remember saying to my mate Quest for Metal, it sounded like that say Darkthrone, A Blaze in the Northern Sky sounded like something out of From a Potato, because I absolutely despised the production for black metal for a very long time. As I exposed myself more to black metal, I fucking loved it, and I think black metal is the best genre in metal. It really is. You get the most heaviest side of black metal, you get the most blissful side of black metal, and these are the 50 albums that have top black metal albums of all fucking time. Now, this list is completely subjective, so don't get your knickers in a knot if your fucking album's not on the list, because really, this is my opinion, and so what if I don't have any of your favorite albums? This list is completely subjective. Some of the bands I haven't even discovered. I have like 100 favorite black metal albums. This is my top 50. There is just so many albums I missed out on this list. Okay, I'm getting a bit angry, but yeah, my top 50 albums begin now. So before I start my top 50 black metal albums, pop your favorite albums down below. There's going to be very long videos. We're going through the 50 albums now. Pop your favorite black metal albums and let's get on with it. So coming out number 50 is Vengeful Spectre, and the album Vengeful Spectre, released in 2020 before the coronavirus. Yes, this was an absolutely fantastic album. It's hard, it's hitting, and it's war themed. I love the vocals on this. The vocals are so damn harsh and aggressive, and not to mention some beautiful elements of like Chinese instrumentals that will just blow you away. Love the song Wailing Wrath, also Rainy Night Carnage, and Despair and Resentment is such a hard-hitting way to end off the album. But yeah, Vengeful Spectre easily fitting in my top 50. Next up is Xasthur, Nocturnal Poisoning, my first Xasthur album I heard and I absolutely loved it. Released in 2002, an absolute banger. I love songs like A Gate Through Bloodstained Mirrors, how raw and aggressive his vocals are on that. Legion of Sin and Necromancy, just overall some really great guitar work. The drumming's fantastic, it's very atmospheric in tone and quite melodic. Really enjoyed the tremolo moments. And then you got Nocturnal Poisoning, the self-titled track to end off the album with just a weird guitar work and the interesting vocal work as well. But yeah, this is a fantastic album. If you haven't checked it out already, check out Nocturnal Poisoning, sitting at number 49. Coming at number 48 is Rotting Christ and the album Sanctus Diabolos. This is my favorite Rotting Christ album. It is easily getting into my top 50. Just a fantastic album, fantastic melodic black metal. Tyrannical, You My Cross, Sanctimonious, songs like Shades of Evil, Sancta Diabolos, the self-titled track. It's guitar work, incorporating some heavy metal elements, inspired by bands such as Iron Maiden, even Judas Priest, but also inspired by like Mayhem and Darkthrone with the mix, the really raw and cavernous vocals as well on this album. Just a fantastic atmospheric melodic black metal album with just really incredible riffs. These riffs will get stuck in your head for sure. So Rotting Sanctus Diabolos. Next up is Graphinia Nahash, released in 2012. This album blew me away. It's great atmospheric, furious, intense black metal. Songs like Shadowed Portal to the Left Light, track 4, which is like 7 minutes, and Luciferian Flame. I love his vocals on this. His vocals are just really raw in tone. Sphere of Akalzul, just a really epic way to end off the album with just a barrage of guitars and drums, and the blast beats on this are absolutely fantastic. So Nahash Graphinia is sitting at number 47. Number 46 is Forza Ralros and the album Hail, Wind and Own Oak. This is a fantastic album. If you want to enter the realms of Middle Earth, come to this album. We get some great songs like The Fire We Fathered, Fury and Blood, Thunder in Our Hearts and To Witness Existence and Never Shall Dare Be. Great work on this. I just love the vocal work on this and atmospheric tone. This album at times reminds me of Agalog and even Summoning a bit. Epic and majestic atmospheric black metal album. Just full of flavor, full of flavor. Production's really good on this as well. At times the production's a little bit murky, but holy shit, the melodies are fucking there and it will just blow you away. So yeah, Hail, Wind and Hone Oak, Falls of Ralros is sitting at number 46. Next up is some furious, intense black metal, Azagram, Dawn of Infinite Fire. And wow, this album is so damn good. It's an intense black metal album. This was released in 2019. Reminds me a bit like a Marduk, really atmospheric in tone. I love the guitar work and her vocals are just absolutely so damn visceral and in your face. Songs like Abomination's Altar, Dawn of Infinite Fire, Beyond the Black Vortex. Holy shit, her vocals on that are just absolutely amazing. And Warwick being Comedy Dude to end off the album. The Lightless Inferno, need I go on, just absolute classic songs. The fucking album cover is amazing as well. Just intense, furious blast beats, intense vocals, and intense guitar work. These women are absolutely insane on Azagram, Dawn of Infinite Fire. Next up, we slow down the pace. Number 44, Morda Stigmata and the album Dreams of Quiet Places. This was released in 2019 and this no doubt would have been in my top 50 because this album fucking slaps. Great songs Between Wars of Glass, Exiles, Spirit and Crystal. There's a bit of avant-garde melodies on this along with spiraling guitar work as well. It's on the borderline of Black and Death, but I would classify this as black metal. Just the overall tone and just the overall visceral moments you were getting, the dark melodies, Void Within, Into Soil, and Dreams of Quiet Places, the actual self-titled track, is just a really weird and eerie instrumental to end off the album. This is a very good album. This was one of my favorite albums in 2019, and it's for a reason. You just want to listen to this album over and over and again. And Morda Stigmata, Dreams of Quiet Places is a must listen if you like black metal. Next up is the first symphonic atmospheric black metal album on the list. It's Obsequiae, The Palms of Sorrowed Kings. You can tell 2019 was a pretty good year, very good year in black metal. This album is a masterpiece. Got amazing songs like Asleep in Bracken. Of course you got the self-titled track Palms of Sorrowed Kings. Just really epic and majestic black metal. Love the vocals on this. Love the searing atmospheric moments. Just the overall melodies are very beautiful in tone and rich. There are beautiful moments, acoustic passages, and loving this whole album overall. So yeah, The Palms of Sorrowed Kings Obsequiae is sitting at number 43. Next up is Sunken Departure. This was released in 2017 and this album's fantastic. It really is. Some great acoustic moments, some really intense black metal moments as well. Some beautiful vocals, some clean vocals, mix of harsh vocals. Amazing songs like Void, Sunken Departure, Indigo, and Embrace of the Waves. The vocals on that are absolutely fantastic. This is some really great atmospheric black metal and it's just one of the best albums of 2017. I believe I put Sunken Departure my number one album of 2017 and I still stand by. This album's a fucking killer. It's so damn atmospheric in tone, great guitar work and just really enjoyable melodic moments. Next up is Forte Carme, Delita Predict. Now this album is so damn good, it really is. It's a mix of operatic, symphonic, black metal. Great songs like Dinine. Oh, the vocals are amazing on this. I love her vocals. Now this is a side project with Imperial Triumphant, which is an album that really grown on me, but unfortunately this is not on the list, Alphaville. Forte Carme, the side project of Imperial Triumphant, is slightly better in my opinion. Just an incredible album from start to finish. I just love the vocals on this, the operatic vocals as well, and just the intense moments. This is a mix of avant-garde black metal. Reminds me of bands such as Opera 9, and her vocals sound like a ghoul, a devilish ghoul screaming in your ear. It's so damn good, but then you get some really blissful, beautiful operatic moments thinking you're listening to something completely fucking else. Absolutely love it. Yeah, Forte Carme, Delita Predict is just a great album overall. And yeah, this was released in 2020. You will notice that there will be a lot of 2020 releases in my favorite black metal albums, because last year was amazing, was an amazing year for black metal. Even this year, there are some 2021 releases in this list. I think black metal is getting better and better every single fucking year. Okay, so next up is a 2020 release. We got Paysage de Hiva and the album Involved. This is a 2-hour concept album with lo-fi production. A lot of people would think that, yeah, the production's really shit, that means the album's really shit, but holy shit, the melodies are incredible on this. Great songs like Alt, Versal, Stimmen Involved. What an incredible way. There are lo-fi symphonic elements on this, and it just feels like you're just walking in the dark, in an obscure forest, in the cold, just trying to get your way out. I absolutely adore Paysage de Hiva Involved. Just a really enjoyable album from start to finish. There are some really long songs on this album. Like, we got up to 20-minute songs. The last song, Paysage de Hiva released the sophomore album this year, Gezeiter, which was very different to Involved, because it was more melodic and the riffs were incredibly catchy. But yeah, Paysage de Hiva Involved just feels like you're lost in a swirling vortex in a forest and you just cannot get your way out of this forest. I love the album cover as well. Just an absolute masterpiece. A fucking masterpiece Involved is. Okay, so coming in at number 39 is Dark Space, and the album for this album is amazing. Like, all Dark Space's discography are amazing. This album just is more catchy, more melodic. The riffs are amazing, very cosmic, atmospheric, spacey in tone. I love the vocals, just absolutely love the distant vocals within the mix, and just the dark and eerie guitar work you were getting, and the drumming is like a steam train rolling on the tracks. It's just so damn intense. But yeah, Dark Space 4 is very spacey, very cosmic, and this was their last album as well. It's one of my favorite albums of all fucking time. Next up is 1914, The Blind Leading the Blind. A fantastic album overall, a masterpiece by 1914. Wasn't a really big fan of their latest work, but I really enjoy the 2018 release, which is so damn good. It's very eerie. There are some great moments as well. There are some doom metal moments, some black metal moments, some prog metal moments. I love the song Arrival de Nous Argonne, the really creepy, doomy middle part. Highwood, 75 Acres of Hell, Passion Hell, songs like Strub, The 100 Days Offensive, how intense and heavy, with really just eerie interludes you're getting on this LP. I fucking love it. I think it's their best album in my opinion. It's just so damn eerie in tone. It's quite intense and in your face. It is a very heavy album, but holy shit, it's a heavy black metal album but filled with many surprises. Next up is Ueda, Cult of a Dying Sun, a mix of post-black metal, you could say, atmospheric black metal, some great songs like Snakes and Fucking Vultures, Cult of a Dying Sun, The Wanderer, Mirrors. I love this album. This was easily one of my favorite top 20 black metal albums once, but of course it's dropped down a little bit because in my opinion, there are a little bit better albums than Cult of a Dying Sun, but I absolutely love it. I love how fun this album is. It's just really enjoyable instrumentals, some beautiful acoustic passages along the way. A Cult of a Dying Sun by Ueda is a fucking masterpiece. Next up is another 2020 release. We got Nifgraf, Communication. This is a very different black metal album, you could say. It's a dungeon synth album, a lot of synths, a lot of really beautiful synth melodies, and his vocals are just so damn raw and aggressive. It feels like a fucking demon is yelling in your ear. Great songs like Open Pathway, Safety Stone is one of the catchiest songs of all fucking time, especially the melody. Oh, this is beautiful. This is such a beautiful album. No doubt it's going to make it my top 50. Absolutely love it. If you like dungeon synth black metal, you're going to really enjoy Nifgraf Communication. Just overall, really fun and enjoyable album. I love how very long songs as well. Like every single song's around about 10 minutes. It runs about 42 minutes. He also released Visions of White Mountains this year, another amazing album. But yeah, Communication, in my opinion, is just a bit better just because of that song Safety Stone. Holy shit, what an amazing song that is. Next album is the Finnish black metal band Moonsorrow and the album Kivin Kantaya. Oh, this album's amazing. Ronnie Olia, what an incredible way to kick off the album. A mix of black metal vocals, a mix with clean vocals as well. There's some beautiful clean vocals on this album. I love the harsh and aggressive side and just a really beautiful and melodic side by Moonsorrow. Great guitar work, some really enjoyable solos as well. I love how heavy this album can get. Beautiful symphonic elements that really creep within the album. Just great songs like the South Child track is amazing. It's a shame I'm not finished, so I cannot pronounce all these names, but absolutely adore track 5, which is Tulen Tai Tai, including Soda and Lie. What an incredible song that is. But yeah, I absolutely love Moonsorrow, Kivin Kantaya. Next up is some furious, intense black metal up your ass. It's Marduk, Panzer Division Marduk. This is an incredible album, it really is. And of course you got the iconic tank on the album cover, just ready to crush your face. Strap yourself in, this album's fucking heavy, and it's one of the heaviest. It is possibly the heaviest black metal album of all fucking time. Amazing songs like Baptism by Fire, Fist fucking God's Planet, Long 502, Blood Dawn, Beast of Prey, Nina Gone. This is a masterpiece by Marduk, released in 1999. This is when Marduk was sort of transitioning, changing their sound. You can tell that Marduk were in the prime on this. So damn fucking intense. Absolutely love it. So yeah, Marduk is sitting at number 34. Next up is a Black Gaze album, Michaelis de Lune, Alcest. You gotta have Alcest, in my opinion, in your top 50 black metal because they are incredible. They were one of my first bands to really get into black metal as well. You got Michaelis de Lune Part 1 and Part 2, and then you got Solar Song, and then you got the last song off, I can't pronounce the last song, but what incredible melodies. I love Nisha's vocals on this, really blackened at times, but you get some beautiful clean vocals as well, some beautiful melodies that creep into your head. So yeah, Alcest Michaelis de Lune is sitting at number 33. Okay, so next up is Magua, Exercises in Futility. This is such a great album, one of my first black metal albums I heard, and I was on the borderline of whether this was black metal or Black and Death, but listen to it again, it is black metal. Great moments. I love all these songs. Exercise in Futility 2 is incredible. You got Exercise in Futility 5 as well, and 6, and the rawness and how evil the tone is. Not to mention the album cover is fucking creepy as fuck. But I think this is Maguire's best work in my opinion. It's one of my favorite albums. The melodies are there, the guitar work is there, and the drumming is intense as well. A great fucking album. And yeah, Maguire Exercise in Futility is sitting here. Next up is a 2020 album, Odraza Rezikom. This is an incredible album from start to finish, one of my favorite albums, and just the vocals sound like from a demon. This is some really great Black and Death, you could say. It's with swirling guitars, incredible drumming, quite proggy as well, with interesting moments. This is one of the most creative black metal albums you could say of all fucking time. I love the vocal work, really weird instrumentals as well. And yeah, this isn't an orthodox black metal album. It's certainly an unorthodox black metal album with just so many surprises. Rezikom Odraza is sitting at number 31. Okay, so this is a pretty divisive album by a lot of people. This is easily going to be in my top 50 black metal albums. A lot of people will question, why is this in your black metal top 50 albums? Just because I absolutely fucking love it. I love the melodies, I love the production. It is The Wild Hunt by Watain. Watain is an incredible band. I think The Wild Hunt is just an incredible album. So great. This is just a really interesting prog black metal album. Amazing songs like De Profundis. This is one of the best introductions for black metal, just how hard hitting this album can get. Black Flames March, All That May Bleed. And you got the most interesting Watain song, This Day Rode On, with clean vocals, and holy shit, it really works. There's a mix of clean vocals, mix of harsh and aggressive vocals. I absolutely fucking love this. Fuck you if you don't like this, because you can go stick this right up your fucking ass, because this is an incredible album. I love this album from start to finish. It's just an enjoyable ride. I showed this to Quest for Metal as well, and he fucking loved it. He thought it was one of the best Watain albums he heard. And yeah, The Wild Hunt really grows on you. It does. And this was my first album by Watain as well, and I think it is the best. So yeah, that's a little bit of a juicy, controversial side on this list. There's always a controversial side on Jamie Halsey's list, that's for sure. The Wild Hunt by Watain is sitting at number 30. Okay, so how you going there? This is going to be a very long list, but we're halfway through now. So coming in at number 29 is Tark Norix Varpen. Tark is an incredible band. His vocals are amazing on this. Absolutely love it. Norix Varpen. I love Mier. Hello, Mier. Fucking banjo coming in the mix. What an incredible album this is. This is so damn harsh. This is so damn intense as well. I love the melodies and unexpected moments on this. And this is why Norix Varpen is sitting in my favorite top black metal albums of all fucking time. Moving on to some DSBM, Total Self-Hatred, and their self-titled album. This album's so damn good, it really is. I just love it. The album cover is so damn freaky. I fucking love how this album's portrayed. Just really dark melodies, fucking intense vocals, and it just feels like you wanna die listening to it. It is one of the best depressive suicidal black metal albums out there. There is one that I will mention later on, way later on, but Sledgehammered Heart, Mighty Black Dimensions, Total Self-Hatred. This is their best album in my opinion. Apocalypse in Your Heart is nearly as good. And then you got that freaky, weird prog metal album, Solitude, which is really different by Total Self-Hatred. But yeah, I love this band. This was my first depressive suicidal black metal album I discovered when getting into the genre. There's just so much emotion on this. The screams of torture on this album are just so damn intense. Next up is Galabrade, Ashen Eidolon. What an incredible album this is. Hello. How can you not have this in your favorite black metal albums of all time? I want this album one day. I really want this on physical copy. But you got amazing songs like Ashen Eidolon. The guitar melody, den 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 den. Oh my god, the melody is incredible. I got Oaken Aspen. It's an amazing fucking album. I love it. The vocals are just really at times very harsh and aggressive, but you get some really clean vocals as well. It's just a beautiful album. Also, this band was involved in Caladan Brood, which will be mentioned later on, but holy shit, what an amazing fucking album Ashen Eidolon by Galabrade is. Next up, we dig deeper into the depths of Hell, Elysian Blaze, and the album Blood Geometry. This is easily making into my top 30 black metal albums. I absolutely love it. Great songs like The Temple is Falling, Blood Geometry, that really weird organ. Then you got that 36-minute song, Blood of Ancient, Blood of Hatred. This is a mix of blackened funeral doom, you could say. There are some, of course, atmospheric black metal elements, but he really plays along with doom metal, funeral doom, black and death doom, even death metal, and even black metal. And I would call this an atmospheric black metal album just because most of the elements are atmospheric black metal. But yeah, this is a very hellish and just really intense black metal album from start to finish, but there are some beautiful moments as well. But yeah, 2 hours this album runs for. Dark and eerie moments, very depressing in tone, but holy shit, a fucking masterpiece by Elysian Blaze. Next up is some folk black metal. You could say it's Windir Lickford. This is a great album. This is a pretty heavy album by Windir's standards. There are some really intense moments on this. Songs like Matrium, Resurrection of the Wild, On the Mountain Goat, and Anti-Morknar to end off the album. Just really great, beautiful acoustic passages along the way, but really intense vocals, great guitar work, great solos. There's some really great solos on this album, and that's why Windir Lickford is my favorite album by Windir. I believe this is their last album before they, unfortunately, when their lead singer Valfo unfortunately died, and they moved on to greener pastures and created another band, which I can't remember the other band, but Windir, in my opinion, are a much more superior band than that band. But yeah, Lickford is an incredible album and I fucking love it. Next up is Dark Funeral's debut album, The Secret of the Black Arts. What can I say? This is my favorite Dark Funeral album. Amazing songs like The Secrets of the Black Arts, Dawn No More Rises, Blood Frozen, and Dark Are the Paths of Eternity. Great melodic black metal. Love the vocals on this. At times there are some atmospheric moments, and it's just a really fun album overall. Love it. The Secrets of the Black Arts is sitting at number 24. Okay, so here's another controversial opinion. The reason why this album is in my black metal list is just because it's incredible. It really is. And a lot of people would put the Satanists, a lot of people would put even Demigod, but I'm going to put Zventivif Storming Near the Baltic by Behemoth. This was their first album by this Polish black metal band, and this is when Behemoth sounded like black metal, and they had produced some amazing black metal on this album. Very atmospheric in tone, beautiful melodies, some folky melodies as well. Great songs like From the Pagan Vastlands, Entering the Felston Soul, Wolves Guard My Coffin, How Dwells in Ice, and Transylvanian Forest. An incredible album, and not to mention Forgotten Cult of Aladron. What an amazing song that is. Would I say this is my favorite Behemoth album now? I'm not too sure, but in terms of black metal, this will be my favorite Behemoth black metal album, along with Grom, because I wouldn't call Behemoth black metal anymore. I would call them Black and Death, and this is my favorite black metal Behemoth album when they were black metal. But holy shit, Zventivif Storming Near the Baltic is such a beautiful and blissful album. I love the production. Nurgle's vocals don't sound anything like nowadays. His vocals are sounding his shrieks are incredible on this. I love the vocal tone, and yeah, Zventivif Storming Near the Baltic by Behemoth is my favorite black metal Behemoth album. Next up is Gone Are the Stars and the Morning Light. It's By the Waters of the Awakening by Fahrenheit, released this year as well. This is easily going to get into my favorite black metal albums of all fucking time. I love it. I love the tokenism on this, the Middle Earth moments, just the build up of the war between the elves and the orcs. Just incredible moments on this. The war against Sauron. The amazing lyrics, A Forgotten Legacy. How good is A Forgotten Legacy? War, Wrath, War, Ruin, Ashes of the Golden Hall. We are the one. The choruses are amazing. They're so damn catchy. Reminds me of The Summoning, Callum Brood, Galabraid. But in my opinion, Fahrenheit are just so damn interesting. There are a lot of synths on this. The vocals are just, of course, they have that black metal aesthetic. It is one of the most calm and subtle black metal albums out there, but I absolutely love it because the melodies are so damn infectious in tone, and I fucking love Fahrenheit by the Waters of Awakening. And if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings, you're gonna fucking well love this as well. Just an incredible album from start to finish, around about 55 minutes, songs around about averaging 10 minutes each. Absolutely amazing. Fahrenheit by the Waters of Awakening is sitting at number 22. Okay, so next up is some really dark and evil doomy black metal. We got Mizmor and the album Can. This was released in 2019. This is a very hellish, dark, atmospheric album. It is amazing. Great songs like Desert of Absurdity, Can to God, Can to Suicide, and A Narrowing Way. Each song averaging around about 13 minutes, which with incredible melodies that do get stuck in your head. The really dark guitar tone, the just intense, in your face, bombastic blast beats as well. Just a real joy. I fucking love this album. Of course, the lyrics are fucking depressive. This is like if Bell Witch were black metal, and there are some really faster moments as well on this. Yeah, look at the album cover. It looks like something out of like Bell Witch. It looks like something out of like Mirror Reaper, and even something out of like Abigail Williams' Walk Beyond Dark, which I will be mentioning Abigail Williams very, very soon. But yeah, Can Mizmor is so damn depressing, so damn slow, but yet so damn intense, and I fucking love it, and that's why it's sitting at number 21. It's Colored & Brewed, and their only album, Echoes of Battle. This album is amazing. It is such an incredible LP. I love the songs City of Azure Fire, Echoes of Battle, Wild Autumn Wind, To Walk, The Ashes of Dead Empires, and A Voice Born of Stone and Dust. Very majestic, epic black metal, some symphonic elements, and the vocals are so damn intense on this. I fucking love the vocals. There's some beautiful clean vocals, beautiful harsh and aggressive vocals. The melodies just really get stuck in your head. This is up there with Summoning's albums, standouts of black metal. An incredible album released in 2013, one of my favorites of the year. Echoes of Battle by Colored & Brewed is sitting at number 20. Okay, so how are we going? We are edging closer. We are now into our top 20 black metal albums of all time, and now we move on to some folky, atmospheric black metal. It's Agalog, Marrow of the Spirit, coming at number 19. What can I say? This is my favorite Agalog album. I did an album ranking for Agalog, which unfortunately was deleted, but I will have to redo it. This is an incredible album. Amazing melodies, amazing vocals, amazing acoustic, folky passages as well. Great songs like Into the Painted Grey, Black Lake Neostang, along with Ghost of the Midwinter Fires, and To Drown. I love this album. I really do. It's one of my favorite. It is my favorite Agalog album, and I absolutely love it. Just the eerie moments, the cold darkness is very atmospheric. I love the guitar work, and I love the drumming as well, and the vocals. The vocals are just beautiful, blissful, and aggressive at the same time. Beautiful mix, a beautiful album overall. Next up is Cradle of Filth, Cruelty and the Beast. This is an incredible album. This is my favorite Cradle of Filth album, and I absolutely fucking adore it. Although I really question whether this is black metal or not, I'm just putting it here just because it's on the borderline of extreme metal along with black metal, so it is sort of black metal, you could say. This is when Cradle of Filth were sort of transitioning into their own sort of sound, sounding very different to Dusk and Embrace and Principle of Evil Made Flesh. I was going to put a Principle of Evil Made Flesh because that was a true black metal album, but yeah, I gotta put Cruelty and the Beast because it's on the borderline of black metal. What can I say? Denny Field's vocals are incredible. Some get amazing riffs on this. Throughout Cruelty brought the Orchard, 13 Autumns and a Widow. Then you got Desire in Violent Overture, Beneath the Howling Stars, Bathory Aria, their longest song ever. Of course, you got Lust, Maud, and Wargasm to end off the album. An incredible black metal album by Cradle of Filth. You could say it's one of their last black metal albums, and I absolutely fucking adore it. But yeah, Cradle of Filth, Cruelty and the Beast is sitting at number 18. Coming at number 17 is one of the best black metal albums of all fucking time. It's Mayhem De Mysteriis Dom Satanas. Objectively, you could say this is probably the best black metal album of all time, but in my opinion, I just feel there are better black metal albums out there. The controversy is incredible on this. We've got Varg Vikernes, who unfortunately stabbed Euronymous, and it was also the burning of the churches, all the controversial moments that were happening throughout this album as well that made this album one of the biggest black metal albums. Great songs like Freezing Moon, Cursed in Eternity, Life Eternal, Pagan Fears, got got that amazing guitar work on Buried by Time and Dust and De Mysterious Non Satanas to end off the album. What can I say? This is one of the most evil black metal albums. The guitar work on this, the riffs, the overall chord progression on this, and just the dark elements, and not to mention Attila's vocals are just so damn freaky, and not to mention Dead, who unfortunately committed suicide a few years before this album, incorporated many lyrics on this. De Mysterious Non Satanas is just filled with controversy, really dark history, and absolutely love it. And next up is probably one of the best symphonic black metal albums all fucking time. We got Anorexia Nervosa, Druiden House, one of my first black metal albums I got into, and this is just so damn intense. Some beautiful melodic and symphonic moments, great songs like the Druiden House Anthem, A Doleful Night in Philinema, Divine White Lion and the Coming of Decadence, and also the Red Acromance. I love the vocals on this. The vocals are just so damn good and evil. Remind me at times like Danny Phil's vocals, but there's just so much happening on this. It's just brutal, intense, symphonic black metal. This is one of the most heaviest, intense symphonic black metal albums out there. I fucking love Anorexia Nervosa. I fucking love Druiden House. They have created amazing albums throughout the discography. New Obscurantis Order was an amazing album as well, but I just feel that Druiden House, which was released in 2000, is a better album by Anorexia Nervosa, and it is one of my favorites. Next up is Enslaved Below the Lights, and this is my favorite Enslaved album. I haven't done an Enslaved album ranking yet, but you will know my number one, unfortunately. But what can I say? An amazing album. As Fire Swept Clean the Earth, The Dead Stare, Queen of Night, not to mention that weird song which instantly cements my favorite Enslaved album, Ridicule, Swarm, and A Darker Place. It's progressive black metal. I love the vocals on this. I just love the harsh aggressiveness, just love the guitar work, love the solos, love the drumming, just love everything about this album. Enslaved Below the Lights is sitting at number 15. Next up is an album by Lord Belial, Enter the Moonlight Gate, sitting at number 14. We are edging closer towards our number one, and Enter the Moonlight Gate is so damn high just because of the overall melodies. This is a fantastic atmospheric melodic black metal album. Great songs like Unholy Spell of Lilith, Path with Endless Horizons, Lamia. You got Forlorn in Silence, and then you got that 20-minute song Realm of Thousand Burning Souls. It's atmospheric. There are also some elements of symphonic moments. This at times reminds me a bit of Emperor in a Night Side of Eclipse, in my opinion. But yeah, this album is such a good fucking album. It really is. The vocal work on this, the guitar work, and the overall production. It's very evil in tone, but it's also quite melodic, and I absolutely love it. It's just a great album. It really is. I did a Lord Belial album ranking, and no doubt Enter the Moonlight Gate would be my number one album, just because it is. It's just an incredible album from start to finish, and I absolutely fucking love it. The atmospheric vibe you're getting, just a pure emotion as well, and just incredible songs. So yeah, Enter the Moonlight Gate is sitting here. Well, a lot of people would disagree with this, but it is Summoning Old Morning's Dawn. This is my favorite Summoning album, and I absolutely fucking love it. I love the melodies on this. This is one of my most played Summoning albums, you could say. I love all their albums, like Oathbound's an incredible album, then got Stronghold, but Summoning Old Morning's Dawn resonates more for me. Great songs like Flammifer, how is Flammifer? Old Morning's Dawn, The White Tower, Caradhras, talking about the mountains of Moria. This is all based on Middle Earth as well. Olive Pale White Morns and Darkened Eves. Oh, I love that song. I really love that song. Just the percussion on this, just the guitar work and the vocals. I fucking love this album. I don't know why. I should put this a little bit higher, to be honest. Great folky moments, great symphonic, majestic moments as well. And Earthshine is an incredible way to end off the album. I can't tell you how much I love this album. Old Morning's Dawn is so damn good. These are the albums that I really fucking love. I would marry them if I could. These are the albums that I would marry. Next up is Wanderers Astrologer of 9, a split album, Spectral Law and Mare Cognitum. Now I know my buddy Quest for Metal had this incredibly high, but this is an incredible album from start to finish. This is Mare Cognitum, Spectral Law are amazing with their work. They produced an amazing album like Soul, and then they produced an amazing album like Wondrous Astrology 9, very cosmic, atmospheric black metal. I love the guitar work, I love the drumming, and I love the vocals on this. And just you got Mars the Warrior, then you got Spectral Law, Earth, the Mother, and just it's a great themed album, great concept album, and just amazing songs. Album is close to like 2 hours. It's a themed album. They go through each planet. The lyrics pretty deep in my opinion, especially for black metal. Very depressing lyrics, but certainly a great message as well towards the listener. But I absolutely fucking love it. Mare Cognitum, Spectral Law just do a fantastic fucking job in my opinion. And I love the instrumental, The Gatekeeper Part 1. Just incredible LP from start to finish. Wanderers Astrology of 9, Spectral Law by Mare Cognitum. It's sitting at number 12. Next up is an album that I don't know why I have not got this a little bit higher, but I don't know why. It's Imperium Decadence, Procellaphagans. This is a great atmospheric black metal album. There are beautiful acoustic passages, beautiful elements of just blissful moments as well. I love the song A Million Moons. There are some symphonic elements that build, not as symphonic as Meadows of Nostalgia, but Procellaphagans is just a masterpiece of its own. An Autumn Serenade, what an incredible song. Ocean, Mountains, Mirrors, Procellaphagans, the beautiful instrumentals. There are some beautiful piano moments, and Imperium Decadence is just an epic, majestic black metal album with just so many surprises along the way. It is such a beautiful album from start to finish. Fucking love it. Love Imperium Decadence. Okay, we are edging closer to our top 10. We are in our top 10 now. Next up is Emperor, Prometheus, The Discipline of Fire and Demise. This is my favorite Emperor album. A lot of people would say, wow, is this your favorite Emperor album? I'll tell you why this is my favorite Emperor album. It's the most proggiest. It's the most weird album, you could say. This reminds me at times like Gorguts, or like if Gorguts were black metal. This is an absolutely insane fucking album. There are even trumpets. There are some phonic, epic over elements as well. It's everything what Emperor is on this album. Amazing songs like Eruption, The Depraved, The Prophet, The Tongue of Fire, In the Wordless Chamber. Hello, need I go on? This is an incredible album. This is my favorite Emperor album. And if you don't agree, well, stick a breadstick up your ass, because this is an amazing album. I know a lot of people would put In the Night Side of the Eclipse and everything like that, but in my opinion, I think this is the best Emperor album. This is my favorite Emperor album, and there's nothing you can fucking do about it. Okay, next up is, coming at number 9, is Immortal, Diabolical, Full Moon Mysticism. The best fucking album cover, in my opinion. Just blowing kerosene and fire. ABBA's vocals are incredible on this. I just love it. I love how dark and depressing the lyrics are. Pretty evil sounding album by Immortal. The Call of the Winter Moon. The Call of the Winter Moon. Unholy forces of evil. The cold winds of funeral dust. And a perfect vision of the rising Northland. Hello. What an amazing fucking album this is. Absolutely fucking love it. Released in 1992. One of the first second wave black metal albums, you could say. Immortal do it right. Great guitar work, great drumming, and the production is phenomenal on this. Next up is Sun and Moon, Flesh and Wine, Blood Red Sky. It's Abigail Williams and their 2019 release, Walk Beyond the Dark. In my opinion, this album blew me away big time. This is when I was heavily getting into black metal, and I'll tell you what, I absolutely fucking loved it. An incredible album. I love it. I just love the production. The bass work is so damn clear on this. The drumming is incredible. Ken Sosterman's vocals are incredible on this. It's an intense, furious black metal album. Some beautiful violins that are incorporated throughout the mix, and the overall production is just so damn crisp and clean. Fuck, I love the album cover. Again, remind me of Bell Witch. The album cover is what drew me to this album, and I fucking loved it. This is my favorite black metal album of 2019. Born in Nothing, The Final Failure, Into the Sleep, Black Waves, Hello, Abigail Worms, Walk Beyond the Dark is easily one of the best fucking black metal albums of all time in my opinion. Love how depressing it is, love how furious and intense it is at times, and also the tribal elements you were getting throughout Sun and Moon. It's melodic, it's catchy, but yet dark and evil. Fucking love it. Next up is Darkthrone, Ablaze in the Northern Sky. Hello, I gotta have this. I did a Darkthrone ranking previously and I had this at number 1 and I love this album, I really do. This is most evil, atmospheric, production's incredible. Production, I love the production on this, I really do. The production's so damn raw, but yet you can hear everything. Catharian Life Code, In the Shadow of the Horns, the riffs on this, Paragon Belial, Ablaze in the Northern Sky, Where Cold Winds Blow, The Pagan Winter, more of those death metal riffs you could say. But yeah, this is when Darkthrone were transitioning from death metal, from Soulside Journey, really shocking the world, at least in 1992, one of the first second wave black metal albums, fucking love it. Other bands were inspired by Darkthrone, amazing album, amazing riffs, amazing vocals, just one of the best. Okay, so next up is probably the best depressive, suicidal black metal album of all fucking time. We got Leviathan, the 10th sub level of suicide. What can I say? This album's so damn dark, it's depressing as fuck, and the lyrics are just, whoa, out of this world. The vocal tone is just really shrieky and aggressive, but the riffs on this, the riffs are just fun. This is dare I say, this is a fun fucking album. Fun fucking dark album by Leviathan. Fucking Your Ghost in Chains of Ice. Hello, that transition, that riff transition you were getting on that song. Bitter Ember of the Soul, The Idiot Sun, the really weird outro you were getting. What I love about this album is that the production's fantastic. It's got that murkiness, it's got that mudness, but the bass on this, the bass is outstanding. You can hear every single bass line on this. Guitar tone is amazing. The production is incredible. At the door to the 10th sub level of suicide to end off the album, wow, it questions whether you want to live or die. I love it. The artwork is so damn haunting as well. It no doubt was going to make it in my top 50. Absolutely fucking love it. And every single time this album grows and grows on you. Just the riffs on this, just the vocal work, and just the overall bass melody. Really want you to go back to listen to more and more and more until you are an absolute bawling wreck. Fucking love it. It is my favorite DSBM album of all fucking time. Okay, so next up is Druk, Blood in Our Wells. What can I say? I love this album. It is an incredible album. This Ukrainian band are so good with melodies. It's just amazing. The riffs, the drumming, When Flames Turns to Ashes. Hello, how amazing is that hook vocal melody you're getting throughout the start of the song, the introduction, the beautiful acoustic moments, just the heavy moments, just how full this album sounds. This album is so damn intense. This is my favorite Druk album, and that with a controversy and everything, I don't give a fuck. This is an incredible album. Blood in Our Wells, absolutely love it. Just a beautiful instrumental you were getting at the start that leads on to such a furious song like Furrows of God and When the Flame Turns to Ashes, Ukrainian Insurgent Army, which is a really cool way to end off the album. But yeah, fucking love it. Really love Eternity. Dare I go on, Solitude is incredible as well. But When the Flame Turns to Ashes is probably my favorite song off the album, just because of the drumming you were getting, the vocal melodies. Fuck, what a great album. Okay, next up is Bathory, Under the Sign of the Black Mark, released in 1987. And what can I say? It's a masterpiece. Songs like Massacre, Women of Dark Desires, Enter the Eternal Flame, Chariots of Fire, 13 Candles, End of Doom. 35 minutes of just the most aggressive black metal you could ever hear back in 1987. This is when Bathory really siphoned in that really heavy black metal aesthetic. I mean, Bathory are just out of this unrelentless on this album is just so damn furious and intense, and it's really hard to believe that this album was released in 1987. I was gonna put Blood, Fire, Death, but I just feel that Under the Sign of the Black Mark, Bathory is more black metal. It is one of my favorite black metal albums of all fucking time. It was going to be my number one, but rethinking it, there are a few albums that I prefer than Bathory, Under the Sign of the Black Mark, but I fucking love it. It is so damn good. So now we're heading into our top three. Next up is In the Constellation of the Black Widow. It's In the Constellation of the Black Widow by Anel Nathrakh. This is one of the most melodic black metal albums. Anel Nathrakh, we're channeling that black metal on this. Amazing songs like In the Constellation of the Black Widow, The Unbearable Filth of the Soul, More of Fire Than Blood, The Lucifer Effect, Oil Upon the Souls of Leaper, Serenity Cries, Hello, the riff on that, Blood Eagles Carved on the Backs of Innocence. Oh, amazing album. My favorite album by Anel Nathrakh, and easily entering my top three. Next up is Burzum, HV's Lycid Taos, One with the Crows. Yeah, this is an incredible album. Fucking love it. The main star on this album is the drumming. Are the riffs and his vocals. Released in 1994. Did some in Gunvar. The drumming is so damn good on this. I love the drumming. The self-titled track is incredible. The vocals, he just sounds like a fucking madman on this. But the guitar work is amazing. The drums on Burzum albums are just so damn good. They really are. And the drumming is outstanding. The production is outstanding on this. Not to mention Tom Hay, to the instrumental to end off the album. It is a lot better than Rungdang in Philosophim, in my opinion. There's a bit of that album that I don't really like, but I just feel that HV's Lycid Taos by Burzum is the most complete Burzum album. And yeah, spoiler alert, Burzum will be my next album ranking, and you'll know my number one now. But yeah, Burzum HV's Lycid Taos is my favorite Burzum album, and it's my second favorite black metal album. Not to mention the synths that build throughout this overall guitar melody, the overall drumming. It's like I just want to listen to this album over and over again. Now we move on to my favorite black metal album of all time. This might be a shock for a lot of people, but I fucking love this, and this is my most played black metal album of all fucking time. It is an incredible album from start to finish. It was released this year, a 2021 album release. I've given this album 70 to 80 hours of playtime. It's Exoctrillium Dive Requiem for the Serpent Telepath. This is my favorite black metal album of all time. A black metal album has never enticed me like this. Amazing melodies. The vocals are just so damn demonic and aggressive, but they're so damn catchy as well. I love Exoctrillium, one of my favorite black metal bands, but they have just made my favorite black metal album of all fucking time. Nothing in my opinion can compare to Exoctrillium Dive Requiem for the Serpent Telepath. Just atmospheric moments, the Doomian moments throughout Adjika, and just the beautiful moments throughout Egenbow, but yet the most chaotic and hectic black metal songs like Zagadiamon, Nominus Ha, and Zuotog. The catchy melodies, like every single song is so damn good. Every single song is warranted on this album. I just feel this is a perfect black metal album, and yeah, no doubt Exoctrillium Dive Requiem for the Serpent Telepath will be my favorite black metal album of 2021, and it's my favorite black metal album of all fucking time. Like, I'm not going to put Bathory as my favorite black metal album of all fucking time, because it's not, because Exoctrillium, Burzum was once my favorite, and even Anel Nathrakh was my favorite black metal album of all time, but then we got Exoctrillium, which just exceeded above expectations, and I fucking loved it. This is an incredible album. It really is. The guitar work is amazing, the drumming is absolutely intense, and the vocal work is just out of this world. Fucking love it. There are some symphonic elements that build, there are some cosmic spacey moments as well, but yet just really beautiful, enticing moments that really catches the listener's attention. Ixoc Trillium Dive Requiem for the Serpent Telepath is my number one black metal album of all fucking time. So yeah, let me know in the comments below your favorite top 50 black metal albums of all fucking time. This was my list. This was a very hard list to make, but of course, without a doubt, Ixoc Trillium Dive Requiem for the Serpent Telepath was my favorite black metal album, was my number one black metal album. So yeah, this may have been a bit of a shock, but I'm not gonna lie with my list. These are the 50 albums that I absolutely fucking love. Let me know your favorites, and I will see you in the next one.